again and welcome. Today I'm going to be turning a piece of spalted ash into a hollow form. Now there is a part of this blank which is very punky, so I'll be treating the whole blank with about 2 or 3 coats of sanding cedar to try and stabilise that area. But I do feel that it's going to remain rather punky. But the figure demands that I turn it, and I always enjoy the opportunity to do a bit of hollowing. So, without further ado, let's get turning this spalted ash hollow form. So this piece of spalted beech that was very kindly given to me by a guy called Paul Druce many years ago at one of the shows, and I can't remember if it was Harrogate or at Maker Central. However, it's about 6¼ inches deep by 8 inches in width in parts, but it's an awkward shape. It's quite punky. It has got some nice figure and spalting in it, so it'll be interesting to see. The bits here are going to be flying off, so we're going to get it down to round first, see what we're left with, and then decide on the shape of the form. And I'll be using a 1/2 inch bowl gouge. Start the lathe off at 0 and we'll just see what we can get it up to. Tiny little bit of vibration there, reduce it down, and we're doing about 750 RPM. I said I'll be using a 1/2 inch bowl gouge. I'll be using a spindle roughing gouge to get it to round. So what I've done, I've actually flipped the piece around now, and I'm going to have the base down here. The reason I've done that is I just prefer the look of the spalting and indeed the grain and the character here. It's just a personal thing. So I flipped it around between centres. This will now be the base, so when I've shaped it I'll form a tenon here, and I'm not quite sure what the final shape's going to be, but we'll see how it progresses. Okay, so what I've done is applied 3 applications of sanding sealer, and it has stabilised most of the very soft punky areas, but there are a few in this region here which are still going to be a little bit rough to the look, I think, but I would say 80–90% of the piece is going to be nice and smooth. So what I'm going to do now is to sand up to 240, the inside as well, then apply True Grit and finish off with Hampshire Sheen High Gloss. Okay, let's get on with that. Okay, well that's the piece finished. I'm very pleased how the 3 coats of sanding sealer prior to doing the final finish stabilised the there's a part here which is very soft and punky, and this bit here, but yeah, I'm very pleased how it's turned out. Well worth sticking with it. Okay, all that remains to do is part him off and the job will be finished. Okay, so here's the finished piece, and I'm really pleased how it turned out, because it was quite punky in areas, but the treatment of the sanding sealer stabilised that really well, and it's quite smooth in that area, which I'm happy with. And it stands at 5 3/4 inches tall by just under 5 1/4 inches at its widest point. So thank you very much indeed for watching. Don't forget to subscribe. I'll put some pictures up at the end, and I'll see you on the next one. Cheers now.